Let us start with a footprint chart. So footprint charts, we already explained them in the combination with how market and limit orders are matched. So if you don't remember that anymore, give a rewatch of that part. So a footprint chart shows you more the transaction on a level, and it shows you more information about buyers and sellers, and not only if price have been there. So in the candlestick, if you just check for the candlestick, you will only see the opening price and closing price and maybe the high and low of the candle. But with the footprint chart, there are different footprint chart settings, so it does not matter what it looks like, but most of the time you will have the most traded area, you will have the highs and the lows, and you will see how many contracts there are on each side. So quick revision. So on the right side you have the ask, so you have the buyers. On the left side you have the bid and you have the sellers. And there are scenarios where you have a finished auction that signals a possible market reversal. So if only one side, bid or ask, is traded at the high or the low. So in this case, there have been no buyers anymore. We created a low, but there haven't been any buyers. They stepped in at a higher price again. So we call this a finished auction at the extreme point. The same thing is on the other side. So we have a finished auction here as well, because there have been no sellers anymore, so no bids anymore at this price level. And a low and a high and a low like this is stronger than an unfinished auction, which we will go through in the next example. But you need to remember, if you use a footprint chart and use a footprint chart as additional confirmation, you don't have to use it. But if you prefer higher hit rates but maybe less trades, and you master the basics and you want to add up, you can add the footprint chart and take information like that into account of your trading decision. So here is, for example, a screenshot from Sierra chart in the ES, so S&P 500, where we can see a finished auction. There have been no sellers anymore, but 6 buyers, so we have a 6-0, and we have a finished auction below here as well. There are no buyers anymore, so the auction is finished. If we have a strong high and a strong low, there is no really valuable information, but you can take into approach that the more value or the more contracts that are traded at an extreme, the more participants accepted to trade there. So the likelihood of this area being tested again is higher than if there is really a decline, the more extreme the price is getting or going. So on the other side, we have also an unfinished auction. An unfinished auction indicates the price range will still be worked through or tested again. Such areas offer potential trading opportunities, or you can use them like a target, because price is more likely to go there again on this side, because there will very often be multiple tests. Very often you also have double tops or double bottoms. For example, you have two finished auctions itself, but you have a double top which is likely to get taken out as well. And here you have an unfinished auction, so the likelihood of this level being tested and most likely overtraded again is high. On the other side, on the bottom, we have a finished auction, but here again we have a triple bottom, or we have a price level that is tested 3 times, so it is likely that we take out this high, and in this day or in this trading session we will also take out that low, until we have the preferred version, always the strong highs and lows. Exchanges don't like unfinished auction, and that is the reason or logic behind this, and you can use this very good as additional confirmation. Another example out of Sierra chart, we have an unfinished auction here, because we have a finished auction in the beginning, then we have an unfinished auction, but in total we also had tested 2 times this price level. So the likelihood, although the price now is up here, it is likely that we will test out this again. If we continue to have finished auctions on the top, like here and like here, you can think about if we break below this value area, or we will test that low volume again to look for short trades and put the stops above the finished highs, and with a take profit down here Of course, all of this can be combined with a volume profile. For example, if something like this happens, if we have a D-shaped profile, we have been gone, or we have been out of the profile, and we are going back into the profile, and you see that when we went into the profile and we have a retracement and we have a finished auction always on the top, we have finished auctions, but on the bottom we have unfinished auctions. This is a further confirmation that we will trade through the value area. So you can use it as addition and combine it with the different setups you have already learned for now.